with your host, Carlisle St. Patrick. Men empowering men. Come on. Bring it to the table. Bring it to the table. Here's your host, Carlisle St. Patrick.
Hi, I'm Carlisle St. Patrick, and today I have with me my buddy, my friend, and co-host, Walter Kirk Jr. Go on and give him a shout out, Walt.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing out there today? Man, you guys is really in for a special treat today, man. Carlisle and myself, man, we're going to have a great topic tonight, and it's really going to be something you guys might want to hear. So get your ears ready, get your mind right, because we're about to go in today.
Yes, sir. With that being said, we want to thank you for joining us on the Carlisle St. Patrick Bring It to the Table podcast. Well, all right, let's get right into it. Today's topic is, can success be achieved after dropping out of high school?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Man, I was, just thinking about my life and, my accomplishment. Some may feel bad and even discouraged because they may not have achieved a certain diploma or certificate. I'm going to keep it real with you. I don't feel bad. High school wasn't for me. School wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? I tried and tried and tried. It just did not work out for me.
Right.
How about yourself?
I can't say it was for me or not for me. I did graduate from high school, man, and I did go to college. I didn't finish. I went ahead later and finished, but I think I made education what I wanted to be. You get what I'm saying? I could have got A's and B's, but that wasn't what I wanted from it, and that so different for different strokes for different folks,
Yeah, no, that's true. Like I said, as for me, and I'm not advocating drop out of high school, even drop out of college,
Mm-hmm.
or any technical school that you may be in. I mean, if it's for you, it's for you.
Mm-hmm.
What I've learned, oftentimes we have those that are in some type of schooling or even high school. They're taking a course, but they may not even be the course. That may not even be the course that really is their passion.
Right.
What they like to do.
Right.
Too often we have scenarios where we have people that are really going into a field that their parents have chosen for them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not good. That's
Right.
not good, because you said something earlier that was real profound. You're truly happy with what you're doing when it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah.
So when you choose a life career or whatever it is that you're doing
Mm-hmm.
after high school or after college, if you truly love it, I mean, you get up and you're there before everybody else get there. Not everybody, but
Yeah.
I'm just speaking. But bottom line is, you get there, you love doing what you do.
That's a good point.
It's
man.
nothing like going to a job or even going to a career, even a business that you don't enjoy.
Nah.
Happiness to me is doing something that you love to do.
That's correct, man. I agree with you, man. But a lot of times, what I've learned through life, man, is say this: what makes success, even in school. A lot of times, school is just to show that you have the discipline to finish or to complete something. And a lot of times, when you do get into the field that you love, or you want to start a business, a lot of times you're doing the things that's not pertaining to the business. You have to learn how to do the groundwork on certain things that aren't a part of the business, that aren't per se. Like, I was a great salesman.
Right.
But I hated sales.
Come on.
But when I did it, I was good at it.
Right. Wow. That's interesting. Yeah. I think a big part of life is definitely passion.
Mm-hmm.
Even myself, I did go to a technical school. I went to a school called I forgot what it was called anyway. Oh, some career training school. Anyway, I took up floor covering.
Okay.
So I did get certified in putting in flooring tile.
Okay.
I never went into that field. You
Mhm.
know, the school promised that they had job placement and so on and so forth. Man, once I graduated, I was on my own
Uh-huh.
and ended up with a student loan, you know, that was over my head. And I'm like, man, but it was something that I did not want to do. It was more or less
Right.
pressed upon me by my parents. You know,
Right.
my pops was like, man, you got to do something.
Well, he's trying to probably get that trade in you.
Man,
Learn. But I
shoot.
think trade school, having a trade is way more better than having an education.
You know what?
And, you know,
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like what you said because I guess statistics say that's true. You know, I hear a lot of scholars and they talk about even Kevin Samuels. He stated it. You know,
Oh,
you
definitely.
most likely it'd have been better to go to a technical trade school
in college. Yeah.
than college.
Yeah.
You know, college it helps. It
Mhm.
really does. But is it necessary? I can't say that either. It just depends on the individual. Go ahead.
Well, I think what we are trying to say is this, and you yourself being an entrepreneur, when you go to a trade school versus college,
Uh-huh.
when you go to a trade school, now you have the ability to start your own business
Come on.
because you have learned the fundamentals all the way up to almost a journeyman status to where you can go out there and start your own business and be your own entrepreneur. So that's
Right,
why
right,
it's
right.
more prevalent. And also more than likely, you don't have that $100,000 bill from college that over your head also. So,
Yeah, I was just I know I remember this cat, he was talking about education and stuff. It was a professor and he was talking about how the structure is set up to create workers
mhm.
and not owners. so to
Right,
speak.
exact. There you go.
So they in society they want you to be a worker for the business instead of the business owner
Exactly.
that has workers, so to
Mhm.
speak.
hmm
But in my household, yeah, it was about education. My mom was very well educated. Oh my goodness.
Mm,
You talk about degrees, more degrees than the thermometer. She stayed in school.
right.
You know, she had went to school. She could have been a lawyer, to be honest. She had
wow.
that type of education. She started off as a court stenographer. That word is hard to say. It's like a tongue twister. Anyway, she did that, but also ended up going to school and took up paralegal and really had the education. You know, as you know, a paralegal, they do a lot of the footwork for the law offices or
Yes,
for
they
the
do.
specific lawyer.
Yes, they do.
So she had the skills.
Yeah.
Very intelligent woman.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So she was always telling me, man, if you don't go to school, and I'm like, well, school just wasn't for me.
Right.
You know, but it wasn't that I was a slouch because I was never a lazy child. I was always a go-getter,
Mhm.
out there getting it, making it happen. Man,
Well, you know what though, man, and that's nothing wrong with that, man. That is the most important trait in us doing when we get out into when I say the field of society and doing our working and finding our place out there. They say this is a good old saying, man. If you find out what you love, then you never really work another day in your life. That means
Wow.
you're gonna if
Wow.
you're doing the thing that you love, you're passionate about what you love doing,
yeah.
and you're doing that, you'll never work a day in your life.
Wow.
And
That's good.
and that's the thing about it.
That's
And
good.
what I'll say is, in education, what you do is you find a lot of different things. You're doing a lot of different
Yes, sir.
taking classes that might not pertain to nothing you love.
Right.
And
right, right.
then you know what you end up finding sometimes. You find that the thing that you really love wasn't the thing that you really started going into college for.
Right.
So-
Yeah, that's good. Man, that's real interesting. You know what? Right now we're about to take a smooth, quick break, and we will be right back after this. The Carlisle St. Patrick Podcast. Bring it to the table. All right. We'll be right back.
Keep it locked on SOV 106.9 FM radio.
My kind of music.
Keep your ears to the speakers. Don't touch that remote. 24 hours, 7 days a week, non-stop radio on SOV.
This is Lamar Green, locked in the SOV 106.9 radio. Dark clouds in the sky, the light is ahead, in stores now. Blessings in the Most High. Let's praise him, y'all.
All right. Again, this is the Carlisle St. Patrick Bring It to the Table podcast. And today's subject is, we were getting into it real deep before we took the little break. But anyway, today's subject is, can success be achieved after dropping out of high school? And I'm here to tell you, yes, it can. It really
Most
can.
definitely.
Yes, sir. Again, I got my guy on the side of me. This is Walter Kirk Jr.
Yes, sir. Right here, man. Like I said, man, we on man. You coming with a great topic today, man. Because this is going to separate a lot of men's mind about where they are and what they're doing. And like I said, man, you're a prime example of what you can achieve.
Yes, sir.
If you put hard work and determination into it.
That's correct. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not advocating, and we're not advocating dropout, not at all. But there's nothing like being in a situation that's being forced on you, especially education. Oftentimes our parents, they want to live through us instead of allowing you to live the life that was meant for you.
Come on.
There's nothing like walking in your calling.
Yeah.
Success truly comes from walking in the steps that God have ordered for you.
That's
Can
right.
nobody do that but you? And I really, again, I had the choice. I even went to continuation school. It just not was for me. And the crazy thing is, Pops had this scale, his little chart. It was 5 swats for D's, and these are whoopings if anybody don't know, and it was 10 swats for F's.
Whoa.
And so, I was the
He's the 10 SWAT guy.
the SWAT president, so to speak, man. And my behind was on fire. I think I got so much whoopings, man. After a while, it just didn't hurt anymore.
Hey,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
Hey, my dad didn't have no chart, man. His chart was till he got tired.
Wow, man. So that's the way my life was, and it's funny because, and again, I'm not advocating whip your kids. I'm not saying that. This is what happened in my life,
Right.
and no, things are a whole lot different from growing up in the 70s. I'm here to tell you, 70s, 80s, baby, it's a whole lot different, but I definitely know what discipline is. A lot of times we take discipline and put it on a different level, but we grew up in a different time. Even for my parents, discipline was on a whole nother level for them.
Right.
But I believe had I not gotten that, I probably would have been, off the chain even more so.
Come on, man.
So I needed that discipline.
Man,
For every child,
I thank God for the whoopings.
Again, we're not advocating whoop your kids.
No, we're not. We're just speaking about our truth.
Right. And this is what happened to us, basically. But bottom line is, it just gave me a sense of direction, so to speak. And Pops, although all parents and most parents, they have a trajectory for their children, but there's no greater life than the life that God had chose for them. I believe that a parent should definitely have an input because we want the best for our kids.
Right.
We do.
That's true.
But bottom line is they have to live their life.
No, you're so right, man. And like you said, man, I think coming from our parents' generation to where we are, I think our generation is woken up,
right?
And this new generation is really taking flight with it,
right?
Your goal is to guide that child to his passion, to what he believes he should be doing,
right?
And more so than college, trade school, whatever the case may be,
right?
There's something that he's going to be passionate about, and my job is to expose you to all the different things so that you could take flight. The reason why school wasn't so prevalent wasn't it wasn't a negative or positive thing in my life. If it didn't take my interest, if it didn't pique my interest, I just did enough to get by.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was just doing what I had to do to get by. I didn't want the F because I knew what came with the F.
Right.
I didn't want the D.
Right.
So I knew if I could go in there and work it out and get a B without studying.
Come on.
Hey, that's what I did.
Right. Yeah, that's a trip because, like you say, you just floated on by. You skated through the
Mm.
process.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I was there, but I wasn't there. You know, I spent a
Okay.
lot of my time in the hallway,
Okay.
ditching class, or
Okay.
leaving the school grounds, just writing my own
Okay.
notes.
You was your own entrepreneur back then, huh?
Come on, bro. It just wasn't for me. I'm
Right.
serious. It was really hard for me to sit there in class and have the teachers, undivided attention, or vice versa, so to speak, and I just could not do it. Later on, I found out that I may have had a little touch of ADHD,
Mm-hmm.
and it is what it is. And I may not have had all the symptoms of the ADHD, but I definitely had an attention situation, because me sitting there in that class, even as I got older, certain places, oh man, I'm not finna sit here all that time. I just couldn't do it. But again, it wasn't a dictation of who I was, because very intelligent, very intuitive, and I could read
Yeah.
very well.
Man, I thought that was something they gave us just because they didn't know what to do with us, man.
Right,
I thought
right.
ADHD wasn't real at all, man, and I still don't believe in it now. I think it's just a title they give people that they can't identify or can't control them and can't figure out what's going on with them. So they label them with this ADHD,
Yeah. Dr. Umar, he said the same thing. He said it's a lot of just not that subject, or whatever it is not holding their attention. He's saying
exactly.
Don't allow them to give your children that medication.
No way.
You know what? For me, like I said, it whatever they want to label it as, I knew that there's something going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like you say, I could take a situation and really chime in and get it done. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
It just depends. Maybe it was about that, the subjects we were studying just did not hold my attention,
Mm-hmm.
because I built things, I created things, and I didn't stop it or start it and stop. I did it and finished it. And that's one thing about me. Once I chime in or home in on something, I'm doing it, and I don't really want to be disturbed.
Right.
And they say that's a symptom of ADHD.
No,
They don't like to.
see.
They don't. They say you don't like to be disturbed, and you be so chimed in. You really block out everything around you.
No, that's called being focused.
Right. So bottom line is,
so now.
yeah. And then I was reading, a little bit more of it, and it was really saying that ADHD is a part of a mental disorder.
That's what it is.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
exactly
So I'm
what
saying,
it
well,
is.
shoot, if I had a mental disorder, it must be that I'm highly intelligent, because I do some things that a lot of people that do have the education and the diplomas and the degrees that have not done. So
Come on.
we can't say that. It's really, to me, it's really not I think it's a, like your boy Kanye say, it's a blessing, or it's a, what do you say?
Mm-hmm.
He says a superpower.
Yeah. And you know what, man? Have you ever noticed that most people with high IQs are a little bit peculiar?
Yeah,
They're a little bit different.
man.
And that's because people can't identify or can't relate to them in their little, I'm gonna just say a little weirdness.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah.
There's really nothing wrong
Yeah.
with them. They
Yeah.
just different.
Man.
And like I said, man, they didn't identify that. Look at all the mental situations right now, what's going on with people right now.
Right.
Is because a lot of that stuff wasn't identified the generation before that.
Right. Yeah, I think too, we have to be careful because of the labels.
Mm-hmm.
We are quick to label somebody, and then you will carry that throughout your whole lifespan, and
Exactly.
be thinking, this is what I am. But
Right.
I'm gonna tell you like this:
Someone
God
spoke
has
this
the final
over me.
say. Yeah.
Yeah.
What God said about me,
Mm.
that's what I'm going to believe, and that's what I'm going to receive.
That's right.
God said I was great.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So again, I built things. I could watch somebody make something and go ahead and duplicate that.
Right.
So if you want to call that a mental disorder,
No, man, that's a gift.
man,
That's a gift, my
and I
brother.
owe it all to my father. Father has the right plan, and he has the right direction. He has the final say. And what my father said about me, he said that I am great, and I will go to create and do great things. And And I must say I'm doing just that. You know, it may have taken me a little longer to get to where I needed to be, but am I off schedule?
Mm-hmm.
I may not be. Oftentimes in life, we are experiencing things that we need for our journey. So
Okay.
I can absolutely, without any equivocation, say that my journey was my journey, and it was set up purposely for that. I
Mhm.
needed to get this. I needed to go through that. I needed
Right.
to fail in this area, and I
Right.
need to excel in that area
Right.
to get the result that we have today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm still a business owner.
Mm-hmm.
I just recently started up another business, an LLC,
Mm-hmm.
the Carlisle St. Patrick Consulting Services. Yes, I'm taking things to the next level, getting ready for those speaking engagements, and and moving forward with the ministry that God has placed in my hand.
And they on the way.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
you know, I think we measure success in so many ways, man. And success to me is the guy that paint murals outside on down the street on the walls. Is he successful? Is he operating in his gift? Is that guy successful?
Mm.
Would you say he's successful, or would you say of the person that's working the 9 to 5, 30 years that doing a job that they hate? Is that person successful?
Man,
you know.
that's a good question. It's funny because I was talking to a very as the world would see successful man, DL the Master Barber. I'm gonna give him a shout out.
What's up, Big DL?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We sat down and we were talking last night, and he was just telling me he finally figured out what life is all about, and he said it's just loving people, helping people. He had spent a lot of his time, and again, time is something that we cannot get back. But he spent a lot of his time hustling, never really took the time out to enjoy life, but getting it. Again, very successful, has several businesses. He owns several properties. He has classic cars. I mean, a warehouse full of them. He has properties abroad, not even in the United States. So he's doing his thing. But he said, man, I really didn't figure it out until I started doing what it is that I do now. And he's building homes for people. I mean, he said he had bought somebody a house and paid for it, and he's having it built from the ground up for a couple.
Wow.
He said the wife was in disbelief, and she was telling him, "Oh no, don't even do it." Talk to her husband and trying to talk them out of a blessing, so to speak. And she almost cussed DL out. He said, but he was like, "Man, all I wanted to do was bless him." He said, "God told me to do that." And he said, once I started doing that and starting to take more time to relax, I was in this rat race, running around doing my thing. And he said, man, now I'm really starting to enjoy life. He said, I cannot believe how much time I wasted. But I said, was it really time wasted? Again, we have to take a lot of those journeys that we may think is a waste of time.
Well, I wouldn't say it was wasted time. What I always have, what I will attest to, one of the things I'll address is what my father gave me, is to be a man of being balanced.
Yes.
And I think we chase a lot. You can only drive one car at a time.
Right.
You can only live in one house at a time.
Right.
You can only have one woman, at a time.
You should
You
anyway.
And I want to say that one real woman is what I should say.
Right.
You want
One wife.
one wife to have one woman and fulfill all the desires and needs, and it takes your full concentration and ability to do that.
Right.
And I want to say that he showed me about being balanced, in your personal life, along with your business life, and in your spiritual life. Those things you have to address those things. And if you address those things with the right amount of time and passion and determination and that you want to do,
Come on.
you're a balanced man. You are a successful man.
Right.
And that's the key to it. It's not about the quantity that you have, it's the quality.
Right. Yeah. Oftentimes we can get caught up in the rat race. Again, this subject is about can you achieve success after dropping out of high school? And I'm here to tell you, I definitely have touched on a lot of success in my lifetime. I am 53 now. I think I really started to understand who I was and what my calling and my assignment is in my late 40s. You know what I'm saying? And now that I'm in my 50s, man, the light has come on.
Right.
So to me, I've finally stepped completely into success.
Right.
You know, you can make it after dropping out of high school, and
Yes, you
don't let
can.
anyone tell you different.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a trip because, you know, again, I said I have several businesses, and I'm not a homeowner yet. You know, sometimes that's important, but it's not important. I mean, there's so many other things, legacies, and things that we can hand down. You know, a business that's successful. You know, property is definitely important. I just feel like I haven't found that right spot or property yet. Right now, I'm chasing my assignment, so to speak. The word tells us to seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added. So right now, my focus is my God-given talent, my God-given assignment, my God-given purpose. That's what I'm chasing.
Come on.
You know, so now I'm finding more happiness doing this now. What I'm doing, I mean, speaking on this mic and being able to help
Share.
other people
Share.
be amplified
Yeah.
and even motivated. And like you say, share, you know, this is really gratifying. This is really my cup is full, so to speak. You know, I've emptied out myself. Less of me and more of him, so God can fill me up with what he needs to fill me up. Again, my journey is not your journey, but we can learn from each other's journeys. You know what I'm saying? So what I failed at or what I didn't complete, you can look at that and say, okay, that's not for me, but I'm going to do it this way. I can really reflect on what Carlisle went through, or I can reflect on what Walter went through. Each and every journey is different. I'm not a slouch. I have I've accomplished some great things and pretty much a great teacher, so to speak. You know, Father has deemed me an evangelist, and I must say I do that pretty well. And it's not because of me; it's because of the God in me. It's because of that assignment, what He has assigned me to do. Had I graduated, even went to college, I could have been on the wrong street, so to speak, or up the wrong lane.
Right.
So Father had this for me.
Right.
My life was strategic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what you say about that, brother?
No, it's when you're fulfilling the passion that's in you, that God put in you, the gift to do what you are here to do.
Yes.
Your success runneth over.
Right.
Your success runs off the cup,
Right.
onto the plate, off the table, onto the floor.
Right.
And then it connects with the next man's success. I've always thought that we're all here part of the same tapestry. We're all part of the same quilt. And each man has a place to fulfill that certain area. I can't do what Carlisle does.
Right.
Carlisle can't do what I do.
Come on.
But if he does what he does and I do what I do, we guess what we do? We fit that puzzle together, and then the next man comes along and fits another puzzle together, and then we have success. And that's what true success is.
Come on.
I don't have to step on my brother to be successful in my life. I don't have to do that. If I'm doing what I'm doing, trust and believe me, success. You know, there's a saying: money coming, money follow you. All the prosperity that you need will follow you when you find your true calling.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, man, this was a good segment, good session. We will continue the second part of this, but right now we are chiming out. Thanks again. All right, my brother.
It's been good, man. Like I said, a great topic, man.
Yes, indeed. Again, we're going to go into the second part of this. Until then, be blessed.
Yes,
we
people.
appreciate you. Thank you for chiming in. Again, like, subscribe, and share. This is the Carlisle St. Patrick Bring It to the Table podcast, and we're out. Peace.
Okay.